Hello friends, happy Thursday. I am back with another live video and I'm really excited to chat with you today because this topic has been coming up so much and it's really just like the fire is there, the passion is there. So hang on to your hats, let's dive in. I'm going to share this over into my Facebook group. And then we're going to dive right in, okay? Now, you know I come in here and I talk a lot about mindset, beliefs, thoughts, our inner dialogue, self-talk, all of those things, right? And one of the things I hear, excuse me, quite often is from clients, they say, I just don't believe that. Or one of the beliefs I struggle with is this. I was speaking with a client the other day and she is incredibly educated. She is incredibly talented at what she does. She is a psychologist. And there was a little moment where she said she didn't believe that certain aspects of her life could change. And this is work that she does, but this is specific to her. She said, I believe that for other people, but I don't necessarily always believe that for myself. And my question was, which I posed, back to her was, what do you want to believe? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, what is it that you want to believe about life, about yourself, about the world and money and all the things? What do you want to believe? Now, for a lot of people, they say, okay, well, sure, I want to believe I'm a millionaire, but I'm not. But do you want to believe that that's a possibility for you? Because believing that it's a possibility or even wanting to believe that it's a possibility for you opens the door for that to actually be a possibility for you versus I'm not. I don't believe I could ever be. I don't know how I could ever be, right? So when I'm working with clients and the bulk of this work is around empowerment and mindset and helping them basically deal with the crazy thoughts, I say crazy, but the thoughts that are holding them back, the beliefs that are holding them back, the things that they have been, programmed to believe, the things that society is constantly telling us. And so much of this time, most people don't question what they believe. They don't question what they believe, why they believe it, if they even want to believe it, and what they want to believe instead. And I'm here to tell you that if you want a different life, if you want a different experience, if you want to change your financial circumstance, if you want to change your health, if you want to change your business, if you want to change your career, if you want to change your parenting, if you want to change your relationships, your marriage, whatever, if you want to change the world, you have to ask yourself, what do I want to believe? And you have to start questioning the beliefs that you have. Okay? So one of the things that I'm constantly reminding clients is simply that belief is a choice. Belief is a choice. And once you make the choice to believe or to create a belief or to entertain a thought or to step into this realm of I would love to believe that I can be, have, and do whatever it is that I want, then you open the door to evidence to support that belief. And if you practice it and you allow that thought, allow that belief to become a habit, then you see not only the opportunities, but you start seeing the evidence for how that belief is true. Because beliefs are only true, number one, if you believe them. Thoughts are only true if you believe them. It is only true that you can't be a millionaire, be happy, live the life that you want to live if you believe it. It's only ever true if you believe it. So my challenge to you, my question to you today is how often, if at all, are you questioning your own beliefs? How often are you even aware of the beliefs that you hold? How often are you even looking at what you're thinking on a consistent basis about yourself, about what's possible, about what can be, and then asking yourself, number one, is this serving me? And is this something that I want to continue to reinforce? Because if it is not, you get a choice. You have the opportunity to change that. You have the opportunity to say, that belief is not serving me. It feels terrible. It's not creating anything of value in my life. So what do I want to believe instead? So as I'm having this conversation with you, I really want you to start asking yourself, what do you want to believe? And I want you to actually jot it down. I want you to jump into the comments and tell me what you want to believe. What would you love to see evidence of in your life? What do you want to believe? That is the beginning. It's one of the early steps of transforming your mindset. So the very first step is just being aware of the thoughts that you have. So when I'm working with a client, one of the very first things that we do is have a conversation about what are the beliefs that you have. And believe it or not, you have a ton of beliefs that are unfolding, that are roaming through your mind on autopilot without ever realizing it. And it's impacting so many areas of your life. It's impacting how you show up in the world. It's impacting how you spend money. It's impacting whether you say yes or no to an opportunity. It's impacting how you feel about certain things, right? It's impacting the story that you tell about that event that just happened or the conversation you just had. So if you're not aware of the thoughts that you're having, that's a really good place to start. And then when you start looking at, okay, well, I actually want to change this. This circumstance in my life is not quite working for me. It's not doing the thing that I want it to do. I'm not making the kind of money that I want to make. I'm not living the kind of life that I want to live. I'm not feeling the joy. I'm not in that place that I would love to be. So let's go back to those beliefs that you have and ask yourself, how might these beliefs be impacting that circumstance? How might my beliefs about love, luck, joy, money, my career, success be impacting this experience I'm having? And how can this experience I'm having be reinforcing this crappy belief that is not serving me? And here's the question. What do you have to lose to choose a different belief, to choose to believe in something else that you ultimately want to create? Why is that such a problem? Well, number one, most of us don't know that that's even a possibility. Most of us think that our truths and our beliefs are what they are. They're unchangeable, they're immovable, it is what it is. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. And in fact, my business, my job, my soul's purpose here is to support you in understanding that you have a choice, that you have a choice in what you choose to focus on. You have a choice in what you choose to believe in. You have a choice. And if the beliefs that you have feel bad and feel hard and feel stagnant or feel like they have no value in your life, then it is up to you, it is in your power, it is your responsibility to begin to change those things. And to get around people who mirror back to you the potential for those changes. And to get in the rooms with people or to work with people, whether it's a mentor, psychiatrist, psychologist, coach, whatever, that's going to help you change this thought process. And I'm not saying it's easy. And I'm not saying that there aren't other things that are impacting your life, because we're all human and we all have that, right? Like, life happens. But one of the greatest gifts and powers that you have is what you are thinking, how you are focusing, where you are placing your focus on a regular basis. And if I can instill and inspire just one little part of you to look at that a bit more, it will change your life in ways that you never thought possible, in ways that you hoped were possible. It will change your life. I've seen it because I've lived it, because I've done it, because I mentor and coach people from all over the world to do that for themselves. I've seen incredible shifts happening by questioning beliefs and choosing what you want to believe. Now here's the challenge. This is a challenge that comes up for most, and this is probably one of the, I won't say resistant thoughts, but kind of the rebuttals that I get. And that is simply, it's just not that easy. Like, you're telling me I get to believe in something, but just my belief in it doesn't make it true. And actually it does. If you believe it, it's true for you. Okay? But what I hear constantly is, how can I believe in peace when the world is in shambles? How can I believe that I can be abundant and free or connected or in a group or in a community when my current reality tells me otherwise? How can I choose that? How can I want that belief and create that belief when the reality that I'm living is in complete opposite of that? And I'm going to tell you that every or most successful people who go from the rags to riches story, or go from nothing to something, or go from not having to having, right? It's because it wasn't about the circumstance that set up the belief. It wasn't the evidence that they were living that created the belief. It was the choice to believe in something else. Every invention that we've ever had, every new technology that we've ever had was based on a belief that that could be before it came to be. You are no different. What you create in your life is no different. So one of the things that really has helped me to get out of this idea that I want something, but the life that I'm living, I want to believe in something. I want to believe in the possibility of something, but the life I'm living is the complete opposite of that. And I'm living the life, right? I see the bank account. I see the weight on the scale. I see the relationship that I'm in. I see the whatever it is, the business circumstance. I see it, but I want it to be different, and I want to believe it can be different. The thing that really helps me in those moments is to simply remember that it is the belief that it is hard. It is the belief that I have to struggle. It is the belief that whatever I have that's been holding me back, that created, in part, created this circumstance. So what I'm experiencing in essence is old news. And if you've ever heard Abraham Hicks talk about this, they talk about this quite often. It's saying what I'm living now is a manifestation, is a representation of past belief, past thought, past action. So if I want to change what I'm seeing, what I'm believing, what I'm experiencing now, I need to change what I'm thinking, what I'm choosing, where I'm focusing today. Now the timeline isn't, I believe I'm a millionaire today and tomorrow I become a millionaire. That can get people caught up a lot as well. It is simply, here's what I choose. I want to believe that I can make a difference in the world. I want to believe that this book that I am writing is going to be worthwhile and it's going to change at least one person's life outside of my own, right? I want to believe that there are people in the world who are kind and loving and generous that can help us create a peaceful world, not the world that we're looking at right now. I want to believe that we all have a purpose and that we can come together and that we can overlook our differences. Like, I want to believe that. And despite the fact that I don't always see that, doesn't necessarily change the fact that I choose to believe that that's a possibility. And that I will continue to choose that as a possibility, and I will continue to do my part, take my actions, do what I feel inspired to do in order to make that a reality. But I'm not just talking on a collective level, I'm talking on a personal level. What do you want to believe about your life, about your future, about what's possible for you, your family, your children? What do you want to believe? Have you ever thought of that? If not, I highly encourage you to grab a pen and paper and start writing this down. What do you want to believe? Look at the different topics of your life. What do you want to believe about your career, about your future, about your health, about your relationships, about your financial circumstance, about the country you live in, about the world you live in, about your purpose. What do you want to believe? And then once you identify what that is, what are you going to do about it? How can you start practicing those beliefs? It's not going to happen overnight, which is why I always recommend a daily practice. If you work with me one-on-one, or if you've ever worked with me in any capacity, you know that I am a huge supporter of having some kind of practice that helps you to turn your attention and focus to the things that you want, to prime your mind to create the life that you want, to shift and change your beliefs based on what you want, right? And to get into a new habit of thinking. So if you don't already have the practice, this is a good time to do that. And if you don't know where to begin, if you need support around that, drop a comment in the comments, below. I have a journaling guidebook that I put together that you can, it's like a 21-day journey that gives you prompts to walk through, and I can send you the link to get signed up for that, okay? But I want to stress the importance of, we have choices, and we can certainly live a life flying by the seat of our pants, which simply means I'm going to live in response and reaction to what's happening around me, and that's it. I'm going to set my beliefs, I'm going to set my truths based on what is unfolding around me. But what that does is leave you powerless. You don't have power in that space, right? Your experience becomes colored, becomes created by what's unfolding around you. But when you choose where to focus, when you choose what you want to believe, when you start getting into that space of being proactive about those things, and listen, I'm not talking, this has to be 24 hours a day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We're human, it's not gonna happen like that. Life happens, stuff happens, the world happens, right? But if this is your focus, if this is your intention, I promise it will change your life. But you have the beauty of free will. You don't have to go this route. But I'm asking that if you want to create massive changes in your life, this is a really great place to start. So if you haven't asked this question for yourself, if you haven't thought about what's going on in your mind, if you haven't even become aware of what your personal beliefs are related to any area of your life, now's a really good time to take an inventory of that. And beyond that, ask yourself, what do you want to believe? And the thing that I keep coming back to, and the thing that I want to remind you of, is that you have the power to do that with or without help. You have the power to do that with or without a coach, a mentor, whatever. You can do it. But if you want to supercharge your results, if you want to get there faster, if you want someone who's going to be by your side, who's going to walk you through the step-by-step process to make those changes, who's going to hold you accountable, who's going to call you out on some of those, crappy thoughts that you might be having, then this is something, you might be interested in. Working with myself or finding someone else that resonates with you, but getting some support. Every single client I work with has some massive changes that unfold in their lives. And those are amazing, and the results are incredible, and the experiences they have blow me out of the water sometimes. But the biggest change that happens is that they recognize that they have more power than they ever realized. And that is the greatest gift of this work, okay? So I do these videos because I want to give massive value. I want you to know that you can do this, and I have tons of mindset videos on YouTube. I have plenty of free content out there that you can binge, you can listen, you can play in the background of your life, you can, do the exercises, and you will get massive value. But if you want someone to stand with you in this journey, walking next to you, supporting you, giving you the very specific support that you need to get to where you want to be, then let's chat. Best way to contact me, you can comment below that you're interested, you can send me a message on Facebook, send me a message on, my website, through my newsletter. But let's have a conversation. Let's see if this is something that you're ready to do. Let's see if we're a good fit, and let's talk about how this can change your life. The book that I am writing, the very first, the introduction actually talks about a dream that I had before this business was ever born, before I even knew that this was what I was going to be doing. And it was basically that I wanted to be a part of changing the world. And it sounds maybe a bit big, maybe a bit egotistical, maybe a bit out there, but it was a core desire that I wanted my impact, my purpose, anything that I was doing in the world to make a difference. And I truly believe that these videos, the articles that I write, the blog posts, the newsletters that I send out, the conversations that I have, the women that I get to work with, is my way of doing that. And if it feels like it's something that you'd be interested in, I'd love to chat with you. But if nothing else, I want you to know that you have the power to be, have, and do whatever it is that you want. And if you haven't already taken stock of what you're thinking and believing, now's a good time to do that. And if you haven't ever thought about what it is that you want to believe, now is definitely a good time to do that. And if you want to know how to change all of that and you want support, let's have a chat. Let's see if we're a good fit to work together. Okay? All right, friends, I think that's it for me today. If this was helpful for you, I'd love to hear your comments. Share with me what you want to believe to be true about you, about your life, about your future. If this, might serve someone in your circle or someone that you think might need to hear this, feel free to tag them below, send the video to them, do whatever it is to spread the word, and I would greatly appreciate it. And if you are watching this on YouTube, because it will be uploaded to YouTube, make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of the new content that is coming out. And I will be back here on Facebook on Monday for Mindset Monday Live. So if you have questions, things that you want me to talk about over there, feel free to comment below. And if you're just joining, make sure that you go back and watch the replay because there's so many good nuggets here that I don't want you to miss. Okay? I hope to have a chat with you again soon. If you're interested in chatting with me and working with me one-on-one, send me a message, comment below, and we will get that scheduled. Okay? Hope you guys have a great Thursday and a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.